Hey everyone, welcome back to part 20 of my Create Mod series. Now today I'm going to go over on how to make an automatic gold farm. Now this is not going to be like gold farms in other mods or anything where you're going to be generating thousands of gold in just a couple of minutes, but it is going to generate gold over time and it's going to cost absolutely nothing from you once you have this system built. Now, it is going to be pretty slow, and I'm going to show you on how you can speed this system up, so that's why you can see there's a bunch of floating creative engines on the right side, but I will go over that in a moment. So let's jump right into this video. Right inside of this chest is everything you're going to need for this episode, but let me go ahead and talk about what you actually need and some things you might be able to get away with. Everything at the top, these are items that are part of the Create mod. We've crafted them several times in past videos. If you don't know how to craft them, please check out my Discord, leave a comment, or just use the NEI system. But these are the items that you're going to need. Now, we also have a bunch of buckets of water and a bunch of lava buckets. All of these, you don't necessarily need a specific bucket for each of these. You just need 5 lava sources and 5 water sources and 4 lava sources. Now, also this next row, these are all going to be used for filters. So technically you don't need these right off the bat. You can kind of get away with them without filters, but I recommend having them just so you can go ahead and start off and you're not going to be waiting for a certain material to process to add to a filter. But you don't necessarily need these. Also, you're going to need, of course, there's 6 chests, 3 cobblestone stairs. I recommend engineer's goggles. They're going to be super helpful with the chutes and kind of debugging that if you run into any issues. A wrench, pickaxe is going to be super helpful, and then some blocks to kind of build around some of the lava, the water, and build up to certain locations. It's a lot, I'm going to be honest, but it is going to pay off in the end. So let's grab all of these items and we will get started. So before we go ahead and start building, let's go ahead and go over this process and how this is going to work. So we have our cobblestone right here, and that's what we're going to turn cobblestone into gold. Because of course you could generate cobblestone with lava and water. So if we right click on cobblestone, there's a million things you can do with it, but what we're interested in is throwing it into a mill. Once we throw it into a mill, we could turn it to gravel. And then from gravel, if we throw it in a crushing wheel, we could turn it into sand, and there's a percent to turn it into flint, and a percent to turn it into clay balls. Now, clay balls are what we're looking for, but 5% is not great. So what we're also going to do is take our sand, and we're going to wash it, and that has a 25% chance of turning into clay balls. So from that, we'll have plenty of clay balls that we will need. Now, from clay balls, we're actually going to pack them with a mechanical press and a basin, and that's going to turn into clay. Then from clay, we're going to go ahead and blast it with some lava. It's going to turn into terracotta. Then from terracotta, we're going to crush it. It's going to turn into red sand. And then red sand, we're going to go ahead and wash it. And it's going to have a chance to make 3 gold nuggets, and it has a chance to make a dead bush. The dead bush we're going to filter out. We're going to take our gold nuggets, and we're going to throw it into an automated packing system again, and we're going to press it into a gold ingot. I know, that was a lot. So that's why I'm doing a block by block build of this. All of these engines that you have right here that might be a little overwhelming at the moment, especially if you're in survival mode, I recommend building the system first and then go ahead and worry about powering the entire system. Most of this is just conveyor belts that you're seeing floating around and nothing else besides that. So go ahead and watch the video and then kind of worry about the power sources. If you have any struggles or anything, hop in my Discord or leave a comment. So we're going to start off just like the unlimited iron video that I was able to pull off that just popped up on the screen right now. So we're going to go ahead and place a shaft. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and place another shaft. We're going to attach our mechanical belt right here. Now, next step is we're going to go ahead and let's grab our encased, if I can find them, encased chain drives. So 2 blocks away from the belt, we're going to place one vertically, and then we're going to place 3 horizontally, if I can correctly place them. Now we're just going to hop over. We're going to grab our drills, so our mechanical drills. We're going to place 3, so they start spinning. Now we're going to grab some glass. We're going to place one here, one here. They're not going to block the items. The items are going to go underneath. We're going to grab our cobblestone stairs. We're going to place, well, let's place them like this. So you have 2 L-shaped ones and one that's normal. We're going to grab 3 water buckets, and we're going to place them inside of the stairs, so it keeps these a little bit contained, so they're not spewing everywhere. Now, they are going to go on the conveyor belts. That's totally okay right now. Let's grab our glass, or our blocks that we have. We're going to place them basically like so, to keep these items inside. We're also going to place 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, and you'll see why we're doing that in a moment. Let's grab our lava. Place one here, and one here. And now you're going to see we've just built a cobblestone generator that's going to output cobblestone right here. Now, it is going to go a little bit of everywhere at first. That is totally okay. We're going to go ahead and account for that in a moment. Let's place our millstone at the very end. We have a generator right here, so some kind of power source. So let's take a small cogwheel, place it here to power our millstone. We could take an andesite funnel, place it right here so our items go inside of our millstone now. So now that we've done this, it's going to get a little bit weird. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, let's move over to the side, 4 chutes on top. And you can see as we're wearing these engineer's goggles, you can see the items are currently moving downward. So we need to transport our items out of our millstone and transport them vertically. So a way to do that is if we take our encased fan, and now you can see our items are moving upwards. So they're going to get stuck in this top chute. Now, if you see that they're still moving downward, you just have to change the rotation direction of your power source right here. So I believe this is going at -16. You can do that by just placing 2 gearboxes side by side, and that flips the direction completely. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and take 2 more shafts because we now need to pull our items out of this chute. So if we, whoops, I misclicked. We're going to place them one off of this block. So you can see that this is our top chute. We're keeping it in line with the one on the bottom. We're going to place a second shaft right here, if I can place him correctly. Let's rotate him. Just like this. We're going to take our mechanical belt, place it like that. And then we're going to hold off on the andesite funnel that's going to eventually go here because I don't want to spew our items everywhere at this moment. So let's pick up this shaft that we misplaced. We're going to take an andesite funnel. We're going to place it like this. It's upside down, so not the correct direction that we want at the moment, but that's okay. We can fix that in a moment. Take 2 blocks, place them just like that. We're going to take 2 of our crushing wheels, place one here, and one here, if I can place it correctly. Let's try this again. Now, again, look at your crushing wheels and make sure that one is turning clockwise and one is turning counterclockwise, or these items are not going to be crushed. We're going to flip this funnel so the large side is facing the top. So now that they're going to fall into the crushing wheels, we can now actually come up because we don't really care too much now if items drop, so that's okay. Let's take an andesite funnel off the side of the chute. So our items now go in here. So I just ran into a little bit of an issue. If your items are going off the mechanical belt and flying everywhere, what you have to do is take your andesite funnel and place it into the crushing wheels. It can't just be placed off the mechanical belt. So what I mean by that is you place your andesite funnel into the crushing wheels, just like that. Now it will suck them through the belt. So if you've run into that issue, that will fix that. Now we're gonna have a bunch of items dropping here. That's totally okay for right now. We're gonna take a shaft, place it here, go 1, 2, 3, 4, place another shaft, and let's go ahead and wrench that guy. Now we're gonna take 2 blocks away, take an encased fan and place him there. Now, one thing that we have right here is we're now converting to sand, but we do have flint that might pop out, and we don't want flint. So we're going to take 2 chests, place them just right here. We could take our belt and place it there. And let's take one of our brass funnels. We're going to place it here. It's going to start sucking in items we don't want. So we're going to basically place a filter of flint on this. Now, right now, you can see that our arrow, oh, I'm a little bit stuck in the belt, is facing the wrong direction right here. So a way to fix that is by right-clicking the wrench. So now whenever flint goes through, it gets sucked into this chest, which is perfect. So now we have our sand and our clay that is going to go through here. So our next step is that we need to take a basin, place our basin right here, and you're going to see our basin's now outputting anything that gets into the basin to be placed onto this belt, and that's not what we want. We want to go ahead and actually insert items inside of it. So the way we do that is place a brass funnel here. Let's go ahead and make the filter clay balls. And then we're going to go ahead and we have to change our direction again. So see how this arrow is facing the wrong way? Right click on our wrench and we'll change that. Now our next step, place 2 blocks on the side. Let's grab our water and we'll place it here. And now you can see all of our items are changing, and you know that because we're getting little white particles in each of these blocks. So let's head to the other side. We're going to place a mechanical press 2 blocks up, and we're going to make sure this is powered as well. So now once we have clay balls placed into here, and there's 4 of them, it's going to come down and press it into a clay block. So now we need a way to output this. So let's take a shaft, place it just literally on the other side. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, place another shaft. We're going to take our mechanical belt. We're going to do this again. And right now it's going to start outputting things that we do not want. We want to only output clay blocks. So the way that we're going to pull this off is another brass funnel. And we're going to go ahead and set this to clay blocks by doing that. That was just coincidence that that clay block came out. But if we don't do this, it's going to actually just output all of the clay. So now that we've got this, we now need to fire this up so that we can turn it into terracotta. So you can see that we have our belts moving. 2 blocks away, we're doing the same system that we're going to take an encased fan. We're going to place it. So let's fix this guy. So he's blowing air onto everything onto the belt. We're now going to go ahead and take 2 pieces of glass, place it just like this. And we're going to go ahead and let's take 1 chute for now and place it right here. Let's take a brass funnel, place it here. We're going to change this to terracotta. So add that filter. We're going to grab our wrench. We're going to change it. So again, the arrow is facing at the chute. And now we can place our lava. Now, if you're in survival mode like myself, do not go in front of this now that you've placed lava. It will kill you. It will set you on fire. So now that we've done this, we're going to go ahead and take the rest of our chutes. And we're literally just going to go up. Same exact system with our crushing wheels, except we have 1 more chute here. So let's just build off to the side to make this a little bit easier for us. Again, it says items are moving downwards. So let's take an encased fan, place it on top. Again, it should now say items are moving upward. If not, it's your direction of your motor or any type of power source that you have that it's rotating the wrong direction. So just change that. Let's hop back down. So now, basically from this bottom chute that we have placed, go up 1 and then out to the left and right is going to be your power sources. So let's take our crushing wheels and place 2 more. So now you can see that we have our chutes going up and we have our crushing wheels. So now we just have to output our items once again. So let's build up. Just like this. You're going to see we have our top chute right here. So 1 chute underneath. Place a shaft. Place another shaft. If we can fix this. Just like this. And then real quick, we're going to take an andesite funnel and place it inside of the crushing wheels. We're going to take a mechanical belt. Place it there. And we can take an andesite funnel, if I can fix this, and place it onto here. So now our terracotta is going to fall through and get placed into our crushing wheel that's going to crush into red sand. So now, once again, we're going to take a shaft. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place another shaft. And we're going to go ahead and take a belt. Place it there. And we're going to do our fans once again for the final time. So we're going to take an encased fan. That's 2 blocks away. We're going to wrench it so it's blowing onto everything that is on top of this mechanical belt. We could take 2 more blocks of glass and place it there. We're going to take a basin, place it on the opposite side, and we're going to run into the same issue where it wants to output items. So we're going to brass funnel right here. We're going to use a wrench to wrench it so it pulls items inside, but we're going to also want to add a filter. So what we have to do now, because you've seen the red sand is getting sucked into this basin, is we need to turn this to gold nuggets. So we're just going to place our gold nugget on this. We can take our item out of here, place our red sand here. Let's take our water bucket, place it here so it starts washing our red sand now. Now, one thing we have to account for is that they can make dead bushes right here, and we don't want dead bushes inside of our basin. So we're just going to add another funnel right here. We're going to make sure that our arrow is facing the correct direction, and we're going to filter this for dead bushes by just doing that. There we go. So now we have another basin right here, and we need to take a mechanical press. Again, 2 blocks up, place it. Take 2 shafts, so there's 1 block that's underneath the basin. We're going to go ahead and grab our last mechanical belt, place that. We're going to grab our last brass funnel, place it off of the side of the basin, and we're going to add the filter for gold ingots, just like that. So it's only going to pull it when there's gold ingots. We'll take our last 2 chests and take an andesite funnel, and then we just need to power this last conveyor up. I noticed that I didn't actually have a creative engine on the last part, but any power source can just be placed here, or technically over here if you flip directions. So now that's our setup. Now you can see there's nothing in the chest at the moment because the system is a tiny bit weak. We can see, let's see if there's any gold nuggets in there. I don't think there will be just yet. So there's no gold nuggets at the moment, but we can go ahead and wait a moment and I can show you basically once we get enough gold nuggets to process this whole system. There we go. We can see that we got 1 gold nugget so far from a piece of red sand. So we're going to need 9 of these to turn into an ingot. Now, you're probably already noticing that this is taking a very long time to be able to equate 9 nuggets and turn them into an ingot. And there's much better gold farms that exist in other mods or even in vanilla. So let's go ahead and speed the system up to see how that improves our system. So what I've done here is I have turned everything to 256 RPMs, besides these little conveyor belts on top, because it will literally shoot the item like a ton of blocks away. So as you can see, everything is going a ton more faster, and this is the equivalent on if every single one of these engines had its own water wheel, which is pretty insane for survival mode. But you can see just from looking at even like this area with all of the sand processing and going and being placed into here, that it's upping our chances because we're processing so many at the same time. Now, as we get later into these machines and we're going super fast, it's kind of just a waste of energy because you can see we're not getting that much red sand at this point. But you can see that from the ones that we're getting, it's able to process super fast, and that means that if it's not going to yield anything, then it's kind of just whatever at that point. But if it is yielding things, it is going right into here, and you can see we've already gotten our first gold ingot after about 1 minute and 10 seconds or so. So I want to be completely honest with you guys. This is possible to build a gold farm inside of the Create mod, and I'm sure there's probably going to be some more efficient ways, such as making it so that you're producing like thousands of cobblestone in a second. And making all of these have multiple mechanical presses and multiple crushing wheels and things like that. I would recommend doing this if you would like to. You would like to try to improve the system, but I believe that regular gold farms in vanilla would be a lot more useful than what I came up with right here. But I'm going to keep improving this design. Definitely feel free to subscribe if you enjoy this. Definitely feel free to check out the andesite video that I've done. Check out the iron farm video that I've done. The iron farm is really good compared to this one. But I did want to showcase this because it is possible to build a gold farm inside of the Create mod. It's just not necessarily worth it at this moment, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys all in the next one.